A very good morning from Bellissima Toscana for the final race here this morning. The second race, the penultimate round of the 2023 Euroformula Open. As you can see, the sun is shining. Great to see fans back in the paddock and on the hill in the stands here at this magnificent circuit, which was built back in the early 1970s, host of the penultimate round of this, the 2023 Euroformula Open. Cars out on the circuit for a sighting lap here. The second of two races for this weekend, a slightly modified format as guests of the Automobile Club of Italy here at their Acci Racing weekend. The good news is the sun is shining. The sun is shining, I'll try that again. It is a glorious morning. Great to have your company for the second race here this morning, where the Mexican Noel Leon, not yet mathematically out of reach, but almost certainly will write his name into history here this morning just by crossing the line. He will take the 2023 Euroformula Open. Cars out onto the circuit. We'll get to yesterday's race in just a moment. Charlie Verst did start from pole position, but an unfortunate and unusual, we must say, DNF. We'll bring you the highlights from that in just a moment. There's Josh Dufek on the podium. Here's the Swiss driver. Was the Swiss driver yesterday, one of 9 different winners in 2023. There is Francesco Simonazzi alongside Paolo Branic. Paolo in the 212 car in the Masters category, or the Gold Cup, the Gold class for the Slovenian driver. Great to see him on the podium yesterday with a smile on his face, and to have the Slovenian driver on the grid, which we'll take a look at for you in just a moment. We welcome you once again to the Mugello circuit, the penultimate round of the 2023 Euroformula Open. The sun is shining. It's a dry race, thankfully. 17 laps the distance. Noel Leon took another victory yesterday, his 7th of the season. There is Josh Dufek. As we say, one of 9 race winners. He's now 5th in the championship, with the podium yesterday, a race victory 7 days ago in very trying conditions, only a couple of 100 kilometres from here at the home of the Italian Grand Prix. This is, of course, Mugello, home of the briefly run Tuscan Formula One Grand Prix in a bizarre 2020. Levente Devesh and Duron will start from the front row of the grid. The American, great to have the American on track. The driver from Illinois, USA, of course, Cameron Dass, taking the title a couple of seasons ago. This is Levente Devesh, the Hungarian, the pole sitter.
What is the anthem of the European Union?
I don't know.
No, because in Monza they didn't put the Hungarian.
Combining racing and politics. Levente Devesh, if we heard correctly, wanted to know, what was that, the national anthem of the European Union? Is there such a thing? Oh, gee, I hope not. Bryce Aron from Illinois in the United States of America had quite an interesting career in his 20 years of age yesterday. Celebrated his birthday. I'm not sure. I didn't get down there to see if he did get caked in the face. I hope for his sake he didn't in the end. What has become a, well, unfortunate tradition in motor racing. Kean Shields, the Scotsman, on the second row of the grid in car 73. The 18-year-old Scot with a victory in 2023 in British GB3. That was with High-Tech. Former British and Euro kart racing champion starts on the second row of the grid alongside the Austrian-Swiss driver, Swiss flag on his car, multi-international driver, a couple of passports in his pocket, and a very fast right foot. On you, Josh. Starts out at grid 4 in car 69 for Team Motopark. Josh Dufek, one of multiple drivers coming over from Formula Regional and absolutely reveling, driving in Euroformula. Francesco Simonazzi led for most of the race yesterday before running off the road. Noel Leon just waited and then took the Italian. Simonazzi finishing in P2, heartbreakingly.
make sure you stop the car properly. Yeah, and do what we spoke in turn 10. And for the rest, just drive it. You have more front wing right now, but also the rear row bar is quite a bit softer. Yeah.
Leon, the champion-elect. So more front wing, more front downforce, and an adjustment to the rear roll bar. So that's how the Moto Park team are going. This is Paolo Brynek in the 212 car, the Slovenian on the grid in the Masters class or the Gold Cup in Euroformula Open. Great to have Paolo starting on grid 7 alongside Charlie Wirtz. Yesterday's pole sitter with a stunning time in qualifying, 136.563. But heartbreak when he had a puncher yesterday and ended in the gravel. We'll take a look at the highlights of race 1. From pole position, the Austrian to the left of your screen, Charlie Wirtz stormed off the line and led the field down into turn 1. Leon, the champion-elect, going with him. Simonazzi was in great form. BVM Racing have given the Italian a quick car here this weekend, and this was the moment that changed the race. A pin puncher to the left rear Pirelli. It was no fault of the driver, even the manufacturer, to be completely fair. There was debris on the circuit. It was a pinhole size puncher, and that put the Austrian into the gravel and out. Simonazzi on the restart was superb, and the Italian for BVM Racing around the outside of the Mexican who leads the championship. They went wheel to wheel. Fantastic fighting in Euroformula Open. Simonazzi with Leon going wheel to wheel in San Donato. The slightest error from Simonazzi, he lost momentum, and Leon, the Mexican, raced across the line to put one hand on the championship trophy with his 7th victory in Euroformula Open for 2023. Francesco second and Josh third. Welcome to Mugello, race 2, the penultimate round of the Euroformula Open. This is the grid. Levente Devesh, the Hungarian, will start out of grid 1. Bryce Aron, the American from Illinois, alongside. Then it's Kean Shields, the Scotsman. And from Switzerland, it's Josh Dufek, who was on the podium in 3rd place yesterday. The car set off on the formation lap. Francesco Simonazzi, Leon, who can wrap up the championship here this morning and write his name into history. The Mexican driver is alongside Francesco, who was P2 yesterday, Paolo Brynek, and Charlie Wirtz from the back of the grid after that DNF yesterday. Watch for Charlie, who took pole position in qualifying yesterday with a scorching time of 136.563. 24 hours ago, almost to the minute in fact. To come from grid 8, he will be quick here this morning. A beautiful morning. We're up to 22, almost 23 degrees Celsius here. As we approach midday, the first day of October 2023, the penultimate round, 2023 Euroformula Open. The series will conclude in 3 weeks' time at Barcelona. Catalonia, home of the Spanish Formula One Grand Prix. That's in 3 weeks' time. We'll see you then. But almost certainly we will have a new champion by then in the form of Leon. A massive lead in the championship, 348 points, 99 points ahead of the Scotsman Kean Shields, who's on 249. In fact, sorry, Kean is in 3rd on 249. Simonazzi now moves into 2nd place, just 3 points ahead of the Scotsman on 252. Kind of an awkward way to explain that. So I go through my notes, quickly scribbled down yesterday afternoon. 348 for Leon, 252 for Simonazzi, 3 behind on 249 is Kean Shields. Bryce Aron, the American, 234. And Josh Dufek is 5th in the series after a win at Monza, a podium yesterday. The Swiss driver coming on strong in the second half of Euroformula Open. Great to have your company here at Mugello. Ian Silvestrin with you in commentary. It's a pleasure to be here in Bellissima Toscana. Levente Devesh, the Hungarian, on pole position for the 2nd race of the weekend, the penultimate round of Euroformula Open. Listen to that. These are magnificent single-seater racing cars. Quick, light, fast, and they produce some sensational racing as we saw at Monza last weekend and also yesterday. Watch Charlie Wirtz from the back of the grid. Simonazzi, second yesterday, second in the series, the Italian for the BVM racing team, who are looking to go to 2 cars in 2024 in Euroformula Open. The green flag flies at the back of the grid here at Mugello. The 5 red lights for the second time this weekend. We race. Perfect start from Levente de Vesh as Simonazzi already tries to make up positions. There is the Italian in position for Kean Shields around the outside. They go wheel to wheel. They go 2 wide. They go 3 wide down into San Donato. And it's a nice start from the pole sitter, Levente de Vesh. The Hungarian goes P1. Simonazzi tried to go into position 3. He's on the outside of Josh Dufek. Now he's on the inside. The Italian cuts in front of the Swiss driver. There's Charlie Wirtz. Goes by Brynak. We watch the Austrian from the back of the grid. Levente de Vesh goes position 1. As they come down the hill the first time. Down into Casanova. They approach Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata 2. Noel Leon in car 19. Josh Dufek just ahead. Charlie Wirtz. The fastest qualifier, the English-Austrian from Monte Carlo, the 3rd generation racer. Son of former Formula 1 driver, 3-time Le Mans winner, Alexander Wirtz here at the circuit. Overseeing the second of his 3 sons. The gold car, the magnificently presented AIX car at the back of the pack. Trying to make up places. This is Simonazzi going on through. He's in position 4 with a quick car here this weekend. Position 1, it is Levente de Vesh from Budapest in Hungary. Down into Buccine at the end of 1 lap. Levente de Vesh comes across the line. He's got a gap of 0.6 of a second. Kean Shields, Bryce around the American. Being caught now by Francesco Simonazzi, who gets the slipstream as they race along the start-finish straight. Over 240 k's an hour, not as quick as Monza a week ago. Very undulating circuit as they climb uphill into San Donato. Around the outside, Josh Dufek tries to take the champion-elect, Noel Leon. Charlie Wirtz just watches on behind. Paolo Brynak doing a great job, trying to stay with his pack. He's the veteran Masters Gold Class driver. In 2-1-2 is the Slovenian. Charlie Wirtz just waiting to attack Josh. And Noel Leon, Simonazzi in position 4. There's the BVM racing team back with us in Euroformula. Since last season, they raced in Euroformula the middle part of last decade, as we said in our introduction, looking to go to 2 cars in 2024. And the Euroformula Open Championship, the calendar has been announced for next season. We'll speak about that throughout the course of the race. At the moment though, Ravesh still in position 1. Charlie Wirtz behind Josh Dufek. You just sense that he's waiting. Went off the road and into the gravel. In yesterday's race 1, did Charlie right there at that very corner. A pinhole-sized puncher. It was not the fault of Pirelli. It was not the fault of the car, the driver. Just a freak piece of debris. It was tiny. We're talking a millimetre. The tyre was off the rim and Charlie was into the gravel and out. He's just sitting in behind Josh Dufek, Noel Leon, who can wrap up the championship. A white line from Charlie Wirtz in the background. Noel Leon with a lead of almost 100 points in the championship in this, the penultimate round of Euroformula Open for 2023. This is Kean Shields. He's close to the back of Levente de Vesh, who covers off down into San Donato. Shields says no problem. He tries the outside. The Scotsman versus the Hungarian. What a move, what a pass. And the Scotsman goes position 1. Nicely done by Kean Shields. He goes to the top spot. He leads the race. Levente de Vesh back into 2nd place. Then the American Bryce Aron. Simonazzi just sits there, a place off the podium. Lap 3 of 17, race 2 Euroformula Open here at Mugello. Charlie Wirtz, fastest driver in qualifying, still in position 7, and actually losing time to Josh Dufek. There is Charlie in car 5, magnificently prepared. The AIX machine. For the Crypto Tower racing team, Simonazzi up the inside, tries to take the American. Bryce Aron from Illinois, USA, holds off the Italian for the moment. Simonazzi won't wait, he tries the outside. Tucks back in as they go to the high part of the circuit out of Corantaio on a beautiful Tuscan morning. Now behind Leon and Dufek and also Charlie Wirtz dragging themselves into this battle down into turn 15, down into Puccini for the final step of the podium. Simonazzi will get the slipstream from the American Bryce Aron. Fantastic pass just a moment ago from Kean Shields. Around the outside, went wheel to wheel, respect from Levente and also Kean Shields. Sensational pass from Shields, who leads the race now by 0.9 of a second. They come up the hill, watch Simonazzi. Tries the outside, has to watch out for No Leon. Josh Dufek's right there as well. Josh on the outside of the Mexican, who took his 7th victory yesterday in Euroformula Open. This 4-car freight train, make it 5, because car 5 for the Crypto Tower Racing Team. The Austrian, the fastest qualifier, Charlie Wirtz, is coming on strong on lap 4 of 17. Simonazzi still a place off the podium with a fast car from BVM Racing here this morning. Shields, 0.8 of a second ahead of Levente de Vesh. That's Charlie in car 5 in position 7. Josh Dufek yesterday, position 3 on the podium. Was Josh after racing Formula Regional in Europe, in Asia the last couple of seasons, absolutely reveling and racing these magnificent Euroformula Open cars, the Dallara built chassis powered by the Opel Space engine. An absolute missile. Is this car only around about 250 horsepower, Pirelli control tyre. It's light, it's fast, it's nimble, it's like a go-kart. This is a genuine Formula 3 car. It is damn quick around the Mugello circuit. As Simonazzi goes very sideways on the exit. Accelerates now, he'll lose time, and No Leon knows it. There's Josh Dufek. That was drifting style from Simonazzi. Loses time, loses the slipstream back to the American. Bryce Aron, Charlie Wirtz still cannot make inroads. Look at the lead from Kean Shields back to Levente de Vesh, 1.9 seconds. Aron, Simonazzi. And the Mexican, No Leon. Kean Shields with the 1:38.536. So almost exactly 2 seconds off the qualifying time set by Charlie Wirtz yesterday, unsurprisingly, but it's still the quickest lap of the race for the Scotsman. With the Irish heritage as well, Kean Shields. Kean Shields in car 73. The 18-year-old with a win for Team High Tech in British GB3 in 2023, looking for a victory here in Euroformula Open. He's already won 3 times. In 2023, second in the championship. Simonazzi still in position 4. Well, the race has not erupted yet. We've seen some spectacular battles throughout the year. We're waiting for the tyres to start to wear. This is exactly the same tyre that is used in various Formula 4 championships around the world. We started the season with Hankook, and we thank them, but unfortunately, with that huge incident, that fire over in South Korea, we had no choice. When tyre supply became as rare as, well, I hate to say it, but masks a couple of years ago. Thanks to Pirelli, we're using the DM spec, medium spec tyre, and it's holding up nicely. And it's providing fabulous racing as Simonazzi now tries the outside of the American, goes wheel to wheel in San Donato. Bryce with Francesco. Simonazzi sends it down the inside. He's sideways on the exit. That costs him. Bryce holds off Francesco just. Now the race starts to erupt. This is what we've come to expect in Euroformula Open. They settle into a rhythm, and now it's kicking off. Bryce from Francesco, Noel, Josh, and Charlie. Levente de Vesh still in position 2, escaping from this battle is the Hungarian. Car 11 in position 2, 3 seconds behind the Scotsman, who leads off the road. Bryce throws away position 3. He was on the podium. Francesco Simonazzi goes on through. The Italian is now on the podium. He almost runs off the road himself. He's done all that hard work, Francesco. Don't throw it away now. Don't throw it away now. Bryce Aron was in position 3 into the gravel, had to relent, had to get out of the throttle. Bryce Aron. Bryce loses a ton of time. He's back into 7th place. That was a big moment for the American. 3-time race winner in Euroformula Open in 2023. Into the gravel, that's how you define track limits. Mugello sets the standard, grass and gravel. The drivers know when they have to lift. Francesco Simonazzi now into position 3. The question is, can he catch the Hungarian Levente Devesh, who's in position 2? He's lost time to the race leader, Kean Shields, as now Josh Dufek around the outside of the champion-elect. Noel Leon holds him off. This is what happened just a moment ago. Francesco Simonazzi with that move goes on through and took Bryce. He's up into position 3. And then just a couple of corners later, Aaron just off the road. Did superbly well to bring it back on track. It looked as though, yeah, he's pulled into pit lane. You just saw the left rear. We didn't want to say it as it happened. He had a left rear failure. Pulled into pit lane has Bryce. Almost exactly what's happened yesterday. It's not the first puncher that the various categories racing here have had this week. This is what happened to Charlie yesterday. So no fault of the American driver. A left rear destroyed. Debris around the circuit, the ripple strips. There was some contention, some talk if they were to blame. Quite a few punches in the various categories. Of course, we're guests of the Automobile Club of Italy, Arci Sport this weekend. The Italian GT3 Championship Racing, they've also suffered some incidents. Bryce has put on a new Pirelli tyre. He's back in the race, but he's in last place. Team Moto Park go to work. He's almost going to be lapped, but he's back on track. So Kean Shields, the race leader from Levente Devesh, and Francesco Simonazzi, that's Noel Leon, yesterday's race winner, the outright leader in the championship, being hounded by Josh Dufek. He fends off the Swiss driver, goes defensive. Josh locks up in car 69. We move into the second half, the second race, the penultimate round of Euroformula Open. Sideways spectacular from the Mexican. Car 19, that was a rallycross moment there for the championship leader, absolutely on the ragged edge. Loses time to Simonazzi. He's in position 3, trying to chase down. He is catching Levente Devesh, who is now 5.3 seconds behind Kean Shields. Second and third in the championship, remember. Simonazzi, who's third on the road. Shields in position 1, but third in the series. There is Charlie Wirtz. Fastest driver in qualifying, but just does not have the car seemingly this morning. What can he do in the second half of the race? We're about to find out. It is Shields, Revesh, Simonazzi, Noel Leon, who will almost certainly wrap up the championship in 8 laps time at the end of this one. Josh Dufek and Charlie Wirtz. Kean Shields comes down into turn 15, down into Buccine corner. There is Levente doing a good job. Bryce Aron in between, so has already been lapped by the race leader. Bryce in car 23, this is the battle for second, third, fourth and fifth. Revesh, the pole sitter, just checks the mirrors, gives the slipstream to Simonazzi. Watch down into San Donato into turn 1. Francesco goes wide, goes high. The Italian versus the Hungarian here at Mugello. Francesco stays in the throttle. He's on the marbles. He runs out of road. He's off into the grass. That did not work from the Italian. Lucky to hold on to the position. He doesn't. Sends it up the inside. Superb from Josh. Dufek now moves on through. Levente Devesh now has breathing space. The lapped car of Bryce Aron still in this battle. Remember, he is 4th in the championship. He's the American with 3 wins in Euroformula Open in 2023. Simonazzi now being caught by Charlie Wirtz. Charlie in 5, Simonazzi in 84. Around the outside, the high line. Levente de Vesh just fed him a wheel, was entitled to. He can put the car wherever he wants. He's ahead. He put it in the middle of the circuit. Francesco tried to fight and then lost time. Super pass from Josh Dufek. Just sent it down the inside into the right-hander. Poggio Secco on the exit. Down into Borgo San Lorenzo. This is turn 15. Simonazzi, who finished P2 yesterday, second in the series, has now dropped back to P5. Kean Shields crosses the line now. A 1:38.888 last time. As Noel Leon around the outside of Levente de Vesh. Gets the slipstream there, wheel to wheel. The championship leader goes by the pulse hitter, darts to the outside. Levente holds him off. Well done, Levente de Vesh. The championship leader right behind him, and now he's about to be attacked by Josh Dufek in car 69. Josh takes the Mexican. Levente holds them off, and there's Francesco and Charlie in the background. Super driving. Opportunistic Josh Dufek with a second pass down into Poggio Secco here this morning. Watch this, down into San Donato. Noel Leon darts to the outside, tries to get the run, but he leaves the door open, and Josh Dufek simply pounces. On the outside, holds it, it becomes the inside, and Noel Leon, the Mexican with the championship in mind, has to relent, and he falls back to fourth place. There's Kean Shields going through. And then this battle for second, third, fourth will make that fifth as well, and also sixth if Charlie can do something in the remaining 6 laps. Race 2, Euroformula Open here in beautiful sunshine, the first day of October 2023. Levente, the pole sitter from Budapest in Hungary, just ahead of the Austrian-Swiss driver, Josh Dufek. We go to Noel Leon, the Mexican. Has a look down into turn 15, does Josh. Doesn't mind trying to scare the drivers in front. Levente de Vesh, he's tucked right under the gearbox of the Hungarian's car 11, side by side at 230, 240 k's an hour. Uphill on this 1.1 kilometre straight. Levente on the inside. Josh on the outside, turns in, locks up the front right again. Levente holds him off. And then Josh is in the grass. He goes rallycross, pulls it back onto the circuit. Levente de Vesh is holding his own. Superb from the Hungarian in car 11. He's still in position 2. Kean Shields has got an 8.2 second lead over this battle for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth with Charlie Verts. Watch this, Levente de Vesh down the inside. Josh on the outside. Tried to go with it, worked for the past 2 times in that corner. This time, all 4 Pirelli tyres into the grass. Josh Dufek, superb skill to bring it back on track. He's still on the podium. There's Simonazzi with a super fast car yesterday. This morning, well, he's back in position 5. There's Charlie Verts, the fastest qualifier in the background as well. Wide line from Levente, tighter from Josh. Has a look down into turn 15 as he did a lap ago. Kean Shields crosses the line now. The gap, 8.6 seconds. He's the fastest driver on the circuit. A 38.536 for the Scotsman, and the battle rages on for second and third. Josh again gets the slipstream. Watch Levente de Vesh, goes to his right, to your left. Josh Dufek checks the mirrors, goes on the outside, gets the slipstream, and the Swiss driver sends it down into second place. Nicely done by Dufek. Levente back into P3, he's still on the podium, but now being caught by Noel Leon, who's been methodical here this morning. Simonazzi in the background. Charlie Verts does not have the car under him this morning, the fastest qualifier. He's back in P6. Watch this down into turn 1. Nicely done by Josh. Checked the mirrors, turned in, got the slipstream prior to that. And looking at his second podium in 2 days. He's in second place. He finished third yesterday behind this driver, Francesco Simonazzi. Car 84 already a race winner in 2023, very consistent. 252 points, second in the championship coming into this second race this morning. Levente de Vesh, Noel Leon looking to join the likes of Ollie Goethe, who won for Team Moto Park last year. The Dane, prior to that, it was the American Cameron Dass. 2021, Yifei Ye for Crypto Tower Racing. Marino Sato in 2019. Incidentally, when Liam Lawson took the rookie title in Euroformula Open. One of three former Euroformula Open drivers now racing in Formula One, along with Yuki Tsunoda. Also Felipe Drugovich, well, he is testing for the moment as we look again at Noel Leon on the outside of Levente de Vesh. Simonazzi in the background. Levente holding his own is the Hungarian, and there is the Mexican. The 18-year-old driver from Monterrey, last year racing in the Formula Regional Series, which raced here earlier in the year. We have to make the comparison, I hate to do so. When Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Martinia Stensson qualified in the Formula Regional cars earlier on, a 1:42.2 time, they were 6 seconds, or they are 6 seconds a lap slower than the magnificent Euroformula Open cars, despite having more power than these EF cars. There's Simonazzi. Just getting back to Noel Leon, North American Formula 4 champion, actually won the Mexican NASCAR Challenge Cup. What a diverse career he's had. And he's about to win the biggest title of his career this morning, you would think. Noel Leon in car 19 in position 4. Credit, though, to the Scotsman, Kean Shields, who's about to start lap 14 of this 17-lap race here this morning. The gap is 9 seconds. Back to Josh. Levente de Vesh and Noel Leon, the champion-elect. They come up the hill. Levente from Leon holds him off again. Ravesh is driving superbly here this morning. Noel Leon thinking about the championship, but wants to finish on the podium before we go to Barcelona in 3 weeks' time for the final round of Euroformula Open for 2023. Simonazzi, there's Charlie Burtz, has a look down the inside. Just tries to rattle the Hungarian, but the Eastern European, well, it's hard to shake them at the best of times. The championship final, it'll be a dead rubber if Noel Leon finishes even in P4 at the moment. He will be the champion as we go to Barcelona in Spain. Francesco Simonazzi would still like to take the title of vice champion. The final round of 2023, incidentally, the first round of the 2024 Euroformula Open kicks off on the beautiful Algarve coast on the bottom of Portugal on the 28th of April down in Portimao, before going to Hockenheim, Spa, Hungaroring, home race for Levente de Vesh next year, as he gets the sportsmanship warning flag. Back to the magnificent Paul Ricard, the Red Bull Ring in Austria, Barcelona, and on October the 20th, 2024. That is next year's season final. All the information, the calendar, available on the Euroformula Open website. As we move on to lap 15 of 17, still Kean Shields, Josh Dufek and Levente de Vesh. How good would a podium be? His manager, Nicola Gallian, down in pit lane, willing his boy on, but he has to defend from the the champion-elect, who darts to the outside. Watch Simonazzi in the background. Again, Levente holds off Leon. Francesco is catching the both of them. The dying stages, race 2 here at magnificent Mugello, sends it up the inside. And Levente de Vesh says, no, you don't. Simonazzi's catching the both of them. Charlie Wirtz, too little, too late in the background for the fastest qualifier. Just can't find a way by as Francesco Simonazzi takes chunks out of the championship leader, but he's off the road. Francesco millimetres away from throwing it into the gravel. That was almost the end of the Italian's race then, and potentially the end of his hopes to take the Vice Championship in Euroformula Open 2023. Superb skill to bring it back on track. Charlie Verts trying some consolation to take the Italian too far back to capitalise. Kean Shields about to cross the line to start the penultimate lap of race 2 here at magnificent Mugello. Down into turn 15, Kean Shields, 139.566 last time round. He's backed off the pace, 139.131 in fact, as he starts lap 16, the penultimate lap of the race, looking to take his 4th victory in Euroformula Open for 2023, proudly flying the Scottish flag on car 73 in position 1. Another attack from Leon. Tries the outside line. Levente holds him off. How close would Francesco have been had he not thrown it off the road in this moment right here? Into the gravel. Barely lifted, did Simonazzi. Said, I've got this under control, boys. Dragged it back onto the circuit. Charlie Verts too far back. Still wants to drag himself into this battle in the final lap and a half. Possibly force an error. Kean Shields on his way to victory in race 2 here at Mugello. We'll move back into 2nd in the championship as well. Most importantly, a 25-point bonus here this morning. Formula 1 point scoring system for Euroformula Open, of course. He'll jump from 249 up to 274 in a lap's time. Noel Leon will take the title. That is provisional, of course, as you look at the Scotsman. The 18-year-old down into the final corner to get the last lap board. A superb performance as he worked his way into the lead. And he starts the last lap of the morning, race 2 here at Mugello in Euroformula Open. Simonazzi now being caught by Charlie Verts, the fastest qualifier, but it's too little, too late for the Austrian. He's still in position 6. Bryce Aron, incidentally, still is circulating after having to pit for a punctured tyre. He's still out there in position 8. This is the race leader. Climbs the hill for the final time. The battle rages on for the final step of the podium. Levente puts car 11 in the middle of the circuit. No problem for the Mexican NASCAR Challenge champion. He tries the outside, tries the high line. Levente goes in deep. Noel Leon tucks on back. He's still in position 4. Almost runs off the road. Boy, how close was that? Has a look down into Borgo San Lorenzo. The left-hander, and then now down into Casanova for the final time. Kean Shields will win for the 4th time in 2023 Euroformula Open. Levente de Vesh, what a great result a podium would be. Into Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata 2. He climbs the hill for the final time. Kean Shields on his way to victory. He has dominated race 2 here at magnificent Mugello in the penultimate round of Euroformula Open for 2023. Down through the chicane for the final time. Into turn 15, the gap. It's come down to 7 seconds over Josh Dufek. He's controlled the pace. He'll win the race. A superb performance from the Scotsman. Kean Shields races up to take the checkered flag to win Euroformula Open Race 2 here at Mugello. A brilliant drive. He moves back into 2nd in the championship. Josh Dufek about to cross the line. The battle for 3rd rages on. Side by side gets the slipstream. We go to the timing screen. He'll do it. Noel Leon crosses the line. He's position 3. Denies Levente de Vesh a podium by 0.0 of a second. Noel Leon is the Euroformula Open champion for 2023. Kean Shields has taken his 4th victory of the season and wins in dominant fashion. The gap was 6.9 seconds at race end. Kean Shields with the victory from Josh Dufek. And Noel Leon, heartbreakingly for Levent Devesh. You have to feel for the pole sitter. He defended superbly and was denied the podium by 0.0 at the end. Kean Shields, the Scotsman, with his fourth victory in Euroformula Open for 2023. Another great aggressive attacking drive from Josh Dufek to finish P2. Noel Leon pips the Hungarian on the line to take the final step of the podium. He will be crowned champion for 2023. Simonazzi, Wirtz, Breinig, and Bryce finishes in P8 after pitting for a punctured left rear. Here's the race winner, pulls down into pit lane. He deserved that. That was a faultless performance. Made the move from third to second into the lead, and from there they simply did not see which way the Scotsman went. Great attacking drive from Josh Dufek, pulls into P2 in car 69. And Noel, you have to feel for Levent Devesh, who drove superbly. The 18-year-old will be crowned champion, the driver from Monterrey in Mexico, P3. Here's the race winner, Kean Shields. He wins race 2 here this morning at Mugello.
Hello, mate. How did the gaffer end up so big?
Because fucking Levy was defending like a madman.
Yep, you heard correct. He was, wasn't he? Defending like a madman. Okay. Hey, he can say what he wants. What he wants. He was driving the car. He knows. Kean Shields takes the victory. Very diplomatic, Josh. Great attacking drive from Dufek. Just stabbed it up the inside when there was half a chance. Moved through to position 2. Brilliantly driven. Kean Shields wins for the 4th time in 2023. We are just getting word from race control as Andrea from Photo Speedy takes the official race photo. 3rd place for Noel Leon, but officially, mathematically, no, sorry, not yet. Not yet the champion. We wait for Barcelona. 2nd for Josh Dufek with this stunning pass around the outside of Levent Devesh. And the Swiss driver into 2nd place. A faultless drive from Kean Shields, who takes his 4th victory of 2023. And Kean Shields is down with Alfredo Filippone in pit lane.
Kean Shields, 4th win of the season. You must be happy.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race. It was difficult with the tyres, but it made it slightly easier with the gap we got at the start, making the move on the first lap. So yeah, overall it was a good race and difficult to save the tyre, but no, happy with the result.
How do you like the track? Challenging?
Yeah, the track is very challenging, and technically and physically. It's our first time being here, so with only 2 practice sessions still on the track, it was definitely difficult, but now we got there in the end.
Well done.
Closing your eyes. And you think you're listening to a young Tom Walkinshaw. The highlights of race 2 here at Mugello. Revesh from pole position launched off the line. Shields went with him into 2nd place. Around the outside, this was the best passing opportunity of the circuit. Levent Devesh drove brilliantly, but Shields eventually, out of San Donato, got the better of car 11. Simonazzi was attacking. Firstly, with the American Bryce Aaron, sideways down through Poggio Secco and Borgo San Lorenzo, as Shields simply pulled away into a race-winning lead. Bryce off the road with a punctured left rear. Straight back to pit lane. The American would finish a lap down, though. Fabulous fight for the 2nd step of the podium. Josh Dufek stabbed it up the inside. The Swiss driver sending it into 2nd place. Revesh with Dufek. Had to try a couple of times, though, did Josh. Briefly was off the road, held his nerve, held the car, fought back again, and then went around the outside with a nice slipstreaming pass, and this time he sent it and made it stick for 2nd place. Out front, Shields unstoppable. he would take the victory from Duvek. Heartbreak for Ravesh, who was beaten across the line by 0.0. Noel Leon, well, we'll say champion-elect. We're trying to do mathematics. He'll have to wait until Barcelona. Noel on the podium in position 3. Josh in second place, and Shields takes his 4th victory of 2023 in Euroformula Open. Paolo Breinik, great to see the Masters driver winning the gold class, as we thank Pirelli for presenting the trophies here. An enormous lead in the championship, but mathematically, well, we do have to wait for Barcelona in 3 weeks' time. That is the championship decider for Euroformula Open. Josh in second place.
Kean Shields.
Shields wins again. And of course, Moto Park, great supporters of the Euroformula Open. We'll see them back along with others in 2024. Paolo Breinik takes the Masters, the gold class trophy. The 2024 calendar getting underway in Portimao on the 28th of April next year. Noel Leon denies Levente Ravesh a podium right on the line. He finishes P3. He will have to wait until Barcelona to be crowned champion for Euroformula Open for 2023. Credit to Shields. He takes his 4th victory of 2023. Josh in second, and Leon, the Mexican, who won yesterday, P3 this morning. But we'll have to wait for Barcelona in 3 weeks' time, the final round of Euroformula Open for 2023. Great to have your company. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. We'll see you in Spain for the season final, Euroformula Open, in 3 weeks' time.